Joining us now in an exclusive interview, Asher Genoot. He is the CEO of Hut 8. Asher, good to chat with you again. Obviously, you just heard the Oracle story. It doesn't appear that you and your team are having similar concerns or issues. How did this deal, yours, come about?
Good to see you again, Brian. Nice to meet you, Kelly. I'm excited this time, not just talking about the power markets like we did when we were at EEI, but talking about this really important news to Hut 8. For us, when we were looking at customers to work with and to scale with, credit counterparty was extremely important. And we believe that Google is one of the most credible counterparties from investment-grade credit in the world. They have an operating business that spits out cash flow that can fund their investments into the AI. They have a hardware business in their GPUs. They have a car business in Waymos. They own YouTube. So as a large consortium, as a player, we believe that having Google as the end financial backstop of the 15-year commitment gives us confidence in this data center build and deploying this capital and building for the suite of customers, which include Fluidstack as a tenant, Anthropic as an end user, and Google as a financial backstop.
Asher, do I read here correctly that you were or are crypto miners?
So we build an energy infrastructure platform. So today we build infrastructure that supports various compute that includes Bitcoin compute, and that also includes AI compute. And so instead of converting, we actually spun out another public company called American Bitcoin, and we continue to run data centers for both types of compute.
Because I'm just curious, at the same time we're talking about the incredible demand for AI compute, is the demand for crypto compute slowing or becoming less interesting at all?
No, we think it's a different type of demand. The sites that Bitcoin data centers are willing to go to are sites that you can curtail more often, sites in more bespoke areas. And so we continue to see demand that's captive for us from American Bitcoin. And that allows us to underwrite new megawatts that otherwise we may not be able to underwrite. An example of that is we have a 1 gigawatt project in Corpus Christi called Lawn Hill. That site, if we had just invested into it for AI data centers, we might say, you know what, maybe a customer doesn't want to come here. But we invested into it because we knew that our Bitcoin compute was willing to go there. And today we're starting to have customer conversations on that site as well.
Yeah, and you're making this deal with Fluidstack, which is backed by Google. How important right now, Asher, you just heard the Oracle story. How important is choosing the right partner? These are multi-billion-dollar, multi-year deals. You have to make sure you have the right partner.
It's critical. When we underwrite the development of these infrastructure assets, we think about who are the ones that we're embedding on that will be able to continue to pay those financial obligations during the term of that contract. And bringing on JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs as partners and being able to finance up to 85% of the data center at SOFR plus 225, that's extremely accretive and extremely competitive financing on project level financing at a really high LTC percentage. And so JP Morgan and Goldman have shown that this credit, the counterparty, is really competitive and they're willing to use their balance sheets to back us as well.